Tesla has seen big gains during the market rally, and it's been an incredibly strong stock. And it's also one of the most hotly debated companies out there. So what do you think Tesla is doing right at this time?
You know, it's a real good feeling being me right now, because a year ago, the stock was, in the 200s, low 200s, and getting battered, and Elon was mired in issues, and the SEC and short sellers, and now he's getting 10-year anniversary articles. He was in the cover of Barron's CEO, top CEOs, and boy, it's amazing the difference a year makes. Tesla's done a lot of things right, but I think what's really working for Tesla are trends that are bigger than Tesla. Number one, it's climate change. People in the world want an alternative to gas-powered or ICE engines that are destroying the environment. And we all know that the solutions exist for climate change now. Right now, as of today, between solar, renewable energy, batteries, and EV technologies, there's no question we can reverse the effects of climate change in the next decade. But we have to implement things like electric vehicles and an infrastructure of batteries like what Tesla's doing to succeed at this. It turns out there's no competitors. So Tesla doesn't have a competitor, and they are the only company making EVs in mass and scale, batteries in mass and scale, and now soon to be solar in scale. And what a opportunity over the next decade. So Tesla's just getting started, and they're going to have a globally dominant company over the next decade. And I think investors would be making a big mistake to miss this one. The second thing is being a digital business. I just bought a new Model Y for my wife. The entire process can be done on your phone, from getting your insurance, getting your car loan, picking up your car. You just drive up to Tesla, you get in your car, you check in, you get in your car, and you leave. I've never experienced anything like this in buying a car. And in fact, most people would argue that buying a car is one of the worst experiences they can have as a consumer. So Tesla has this huge advantage that none of its competitors can sell a car over the internet or over the phone. So if you're worried about COVID and you don't want to go to test drive cars at a dealership, Tesla's your solution. And so I think a lot of people just really like the technology of being able to buy a car with your phone. And that's really helping Tesla. And not to mention, they're now delivering globally, and everybody in the world cares about climate change. And now Elon Musk, especially after launching humans into space for the first time from American soil in over a decade, has become an even bigger iconic folk hero for the Gen X generation. So, I'm buddies with it. I love Elon, and I'm super happy to see him doing so well and the company doing so well, and of course for our investors as well.
Now, you touched on deliveries. That's, of course, another key metric here for investors in addition to profitability. So taking a step back and looking at deliveries over the next couple of quarters, perhaps, or into the next year, what ideally would that look like for Tesla, and what should investors keep an eye out for on that front?
So, with Tesla, they're still going to have to deal with macroeconomic issues like everybody else in every business. And so we're just not sure what we're going to look at the economy in 6 months, and it'll affect Tesla as much as it'll affect Microsoft or anybody else. So the issue with Tesla, to their advantage, is people switching from ICE to EV in great numbers and not having other choices than Tesla. So that helps Tesla. Right now, Fremont's back up and running, and assuming that there isn't a disruption between Shanghai and Fremont, they can make well over 500,000 cars a year, and that's what they were planning on before the pandemic. So they're currently constructing the Gigafactory in Berlin, and they're looking for another site. They're expanding China, and they're looking for another site. It looks like Austin, Texas. So Berlin won't be up for another 2 years, but Shanghai is growing very rapidly right now in its production and size and scale. So I think for the quarter, it's going to be very interesting to see what Tesla's able to deliver, because the Chinese factory was able to get up and running a lot sooner than the US factory. And so for the first time, we can really see some China sales that maybe helped offset the loss of US sales for that month. But I think when you go out into Q2 and beyond, with both factories up and running, Tesla can get on track to delivering over 100,000 cars a quarter, and that's what they need to do to be profitable and to continue to grow the business. And so we expect that 100 to 125,000 cars a quarter in Q2 moving forward. But once again, it's so hard to see what economics are going to be in 6 months, for example.
All right. Well, to cap things off here, Ross, if you could give Elon Musk one piece of constructive criticism, what would it be?
Get a real name for your baby. It's unbelievable. No, it's unbelievable to call your kid X and AE72R. I get it. But this kid has to live with this name, you know? Pick a name, you know, Ben works or Steve, and you know, stick with it. So that would be my advice.
All right, we'll have to let him know, or you'll have to tweet him.
He watches my interviews, I think, so he might see it.
Okay, well, good. All right, yeah. Well, we've got to leave it there for now, but thanks so much for your insights today, Ross.
Thanks for having me.